Whoa, this apartment just bang hard to start?
Hey, everyone! Come over here for a minute. Let's get a photo to remember this. Arrange yourselves on the sofa.
An excellent suggestion, Shepard.
Great idea. I want a copy.
Make way! Make way!
Thanks for coming, everyone. Here's to us. Ready, Glyph?
Of course. If you could all please direct your attention this way.
Okay, everyone say Normandy.
Normandy!
Yeah, that's definitely quality material right there.
Oh, what a night. But look who's here.
Yeah, I hung out a lot of places last night. Your upper body, your lower body, pretty much all the parts in between.
Turians certainly don't lack for a sense of direction.
And you don't lack for places to get lost.
Let's see if anyone else is up.
Before we do that, though, although Javik is here in my bathroom floor.
Is it time to rule the galaxy now? Kneel before Javik. I had a dream. 50,000 years had passed. It was horrible. I was alone. Primitives had evolved. They ruled the galaxy. Solarians, Turians, the Asari. I was one. Liara. She had those eyes and that voice. She was blue. No, it was just a dream.
So apparently he also dreamed about being General Zod. Kneel before Zod!
I smelled primitives. It was no dream.
Nope. Now there is one part of this aftermath of the party that I absolutely adore. And it's this right here. Because obviously not everybody is able to be here. We had our goodbye with Thane. There's someone else that we missed having here. But fortunately, he left us a few last words.
Shepard, hope you're well. New mission on Tuchanka could end things. Made preparations. Asked friends in STG to leave this with you next time you were off duty. Some of my older work. Performances, stories, merely entertainment. But entertainment useful at times. Good luck. In prophase you see chromatins condensed to chromosomes. In metaphase their centromeres align to make new homes. In anaphase they separate, then telophase arrives. And when cytokinesis comes, two cells lead separate lives. Hello, Perry the Pyjack. Happy to be here. Science fun today, very respected. Education of youth vital for future. Now, children, science key to advancement, but can seem esoteric, indirect. Practical demonstration helps. Release the Varen. Native to Tuchanka. Dangerous predator, but can be incapacitated with common household chemicals. Observe. Wait, please move Perry the Pyjack away from Varen. Puppets similar to prey could trigger attack instinct. Problematic. Suggest going limp. Struggling counterproductive. Sedative should stop it. Or not. Not attacking. Mating instinct, of course. See, children? Key to science is testing hypotheses, making observations. Next hypothesis? Attempt neural shock. Neural shock clearly effective. Perry the Pyjack also clearly made of flammable material. Any questions? Glycine, valine, leucine, isoleucine, alanine. They all are aliphatic, so you will not see a ring. The lone human amino acid with one is proline. From protein we are formed. With two hydroxyl groups you'll find serine and threonine. For sulfur look to cysteine or to methionine. For bases you have arginine, lysine, and histidine. From protein we are formed. Now the aromatics! Tryptophan and tyrosine and phenylalanine. Aspartic and glutamic are both acids as we've seen. Or amide C, asparagine, and also glutamine. From protein we are formed. Omega. Sky was color VidCam tuned to a dead Vorcha. Business so bad that if Volus would have sold my suit. Then troubled Doppler shifted Deepasari blue as it came through my door. Likely Elcor father. High gravity adapted in all right places. Asari said Krogan thug after her business. If could get rid of him, said she'd be grateful for all eternity. Found Krogan in slums. First shot hit primary heart, but Krogan have redundant nervous system. Felt redundant, nervous myself. Krogan got me in stranglehold. Used incineration attack. Got lucky. Said this was an easy job, he gasped. Guess we'd both been burned. Asari very grateful. Could read her like open book. And as it happened, did enjoy reading. In bed. Woke up looking at barrel of pearl-handled Carnifex. My M98 another room. Another Black Widow standing over me. Only loose end left, she said. Her mistake. Didn't know I'd been in STG. Learned tricks dirty enough to clog a Quarian soup filter. Your barrier's very similar to your morals, I said, and threw my biotic grenade. Warped. When woke up from explosion, Asari had fled back to Afterlife. Felt lucky not to be in Afterlife myself. Hadn't been paid, but considered self-fortunate. Had broken Omega's one rule, in more ways than one.
That is, without question, my favorite part of this data pad. One, because clearly Morden is a fan of Tex Murphy, because that was just straight up Tex Murphy. I love the Tex Murphy games. They are just so wonderfully charming and cheesy, and with that detective noir style, which I very much enjoy. I love that. Also, oh my gosh, Morden! He hooked up with Arya. Wow! Just wow! Of all the people to end up in bed with Arya T'Loak, who would have thought that one of those people would be Morden Solus? My goodness. Gonna miss you, Morden.
Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Tis grace that brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. Maybe next time. Until then, we'll stick to patter songs.
Thanks, Morden. Good morning, you two.
Did we, break anything last night? I don't suppose you need anything around here. Calibrated. Yeah, okay. Maybe I should just stop saying that word. But only if Liara stops saying, by the goddess.
Was someone making tea? I could use some tea.
Good thing this place has extra bathrooms. Miranda takes forever to do her hair. You'd think with her genes, she wouldn't need to.
The apartment seems so quiet now. The apartment seems so quiet now.
Shepard, good morning. I want to thank you for inviting me here. It was good to see everyone again. I hope you enjoyed your evening as well.
Tally?
I am going to die.
I would walk up to Tally and give her just a nice hug right here and be like, it's okay. It's okay. I know. It'll pass. It's okay. You'll be alright.
I didn't know you could go through that many toxin filters in one night.
Oh, my sweet Tally. You'll be okay.
Do I have a tattoo? I remember something about a tattoo.
James?
Don't get me wrong. great party, but... yeah. I'll just be here. Right here. Forever. Ugh.
Aww. Well, Grunt's not there anymore. Oh wait, he was in the downstairs one though, wasn't he? Let's see if he's still there. Oh, look at you two. Getting up and already getting your morning workouts in?
Shepard, I was just going to lift some weights. Want to join? I feel fantastic. How about everyone else? 1,085, 1,086, 1,087. Shepard?
Hey, you look like shit.
Thanks.
You know the best part of an overcharged biotic amp? No hangovers. Even normal biotics get hangovers, but I can drink until I puke and still wake up just peachy. That was fun. You guys even kept up with me there for a while. Hey.
Look at that. James is making eggs.
Okay, who wants eggs? Liara, eggs? Trainer. Esteban, eggs? Joe,
but me.
Where is that guy? Ash, come on, I promised you eggs. Rex, buddy, eggs? Tally? Ah, she'll definitely want eggs. Javik, man, you gotta try my eggs. Anyone else? Miranda?
Morning, Shepard. Had a lovely time last night. I see everyone survived the festivities, more or less. Good tea.
I think I broke my head on something last night. Bathroom is all cleaned up, Shepard. Good as new.
Well, thank you.
Shepard.
Shepard? Eggs?
Yes.
Shepard?
Sorry, I love eggs.
Shepard? Morning. I need a floor to curl up on. Oh, not so loud. Hey.
They're not really letting it on whether or not they actually did hook up or not, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Some neighbors came by last night to complain about the noise. I put their bodies in the building incinerator.
Edie?
That was a joke.
Uh-huh.
I have nothing else to report. I recommend breakfast.
That's a great recommendation.
Morning, Shepard. Hope you slept well. Oh, I would have thought all those tequila shots with James would have prepared me for last night. What a night. Wish it never ended. Thanks, Shepard.
Shepard, good to see you up. Hope I didn't wake anyone up with my snoring. I go like a buzzsaw since I got my nose broke. By the way, you're almost out of bacon. Our bacon, anyway. There's still some of that dextrose shit in the freezer. I saved you 3 strips. Figured it was fair payback for all the times you saved mine, right? Shepard?
Alright. This is probably going to be the last time, so once again, thank you, Robin Sachs. Rest in peace. And look at that. Rex just sitting here and he's just looking at... Look at that picture. Look at that group photo. The only shame about this photo is that there are people missing that should be here in this photo. Obviously, Thane, Morden, and Legion are 3 that immediately come to mind. Caden, too. But it is what it is. Rex?
Been a while since I hit the hard stuff. About time. You live past 700. You start paying for a night like that the next morning. Huh?
Joker?
Hey, Commander. Hell of a night. So I've managed not to throw up. Feeling pretty good about that. Oh, if everyone could just not talk so loudly, that would be great. Or close the cupboards too loud. Or walk too loud. You know, just think quiet thoughts. Still fun, though. Commander.
Morning, Chef. You went all out with the breakfast supplies. I didn't know you could get real milk on the Citadel. I had some. Thought it was soy. I'm not really lactose intolerant. I just don't put up with lactose's stupid drama. In case I don't see you again, thanks. That was a lot of fun. I should go. Stupid dairy products. Hey.
I think that's everyone. Let's just double check in here. Trainer.
So, last night, I didn't do anything, did I? I'm checking extranet sites. No hits yet, so maybe I just imagined that last part. I'm almost sure someone was recording us, though. Oh, I should probably talk to Edie. Or, alternatively, I should never talk to Edie ever again. It's not my fault. I was overserved. Hey.
I don't want to know.
Hey.
Shepard.
Alright, that's it. It's time to call it and head back. For what I consider to be the best and most fitting wrap-up to this series. Because it really does feel like that. Now, I could probably say that has probably changed with this happy ending mod from... Let me try and get this right. From Audimus. I think this mod has helped kind of change that. But if we're talking just straight up vanilla Mass Effect 3, as in without mods in this Legendary Edition, then yes, having, think about the endings that we have to choose between and such, and all that, controversy and all the negative feelings that brings some people, and then compare it to the scene that we're about to see now. Just try and think about that. Because in my opinion, this is not only a better finale and ending to this series, it can't help but feel that way. Because this is not necessarily just about this game. This is also about this series and franchise. And you could tell that that's something that they were trying to get across with the team as well as the actors. Because they really sell it here, in my opinion.
Duty calls, huh? Even with a hangover?
There's still a war on.
Unless the Reapers are on shore leave too?
I'm guessing they're not. Round everyone up, pass out the aspirin, and have them report to the Normandy.
You got it.
Really looking forward to the epilogue mod.
So, I guess it's back to the fight.
At least we threw one hell of a party. Probably the last one.
That doesn't sound like my girl. You'll find a way to win. And when this is over, I'll be waiting for you. Best times in my life were spent on that ship. Been a damn good ride.
The best.
So, I'm sure you can see why I feel that way. It's such a wonderful scene. It's short, but it really helps get that point across, that moment of reflection. Shepard looking out at her ship, our ship, the Normandy. The Normandy family joins her and talks with her about what a great ride it's been. The best. And I love how both Jennifer Hale and Mark Mears say that line there. You heard Jennifer Hale say it here. If you want to hear how Mark Mears said it, check out my original run where he sounds like he actually got emotional saying that. Just those two words, the best. But when you listen to how he says it, it sounds like he actually got like legit emotional saying that line. And it's just very lovely music playing in the background. It's such a wonderful, fitting conclusion to the story of this series. Much more so than compared to what we got at the actual end of the game, my opinion. To me, that is the best note to end this series on. Is that small little cutscene right there. Just a reflection of everything that's happened before and what an incredible ride it's been. Because that's really what it all comes down to. One of the reasons why this series has stuck with so many is what an incredible ride it's been. Now, if you're curious, what exactly do we get from doing that? Well, you'll notice here, it gets updated. Talking about how the crew, both past and present, have bonded over their shore leave experiences of mental stress that could otherwise damage their mental focus. They will fight for Shepard or for one another with renewed zeal. So, just an update to that. Not really a big deal, but yeah. So, anyways. Back on my feet. Getting my assignment today. About time. Grunt. Because I think now, like I was saying, because we did that bit where we got him, bailed him out from Seasick, he is now here available as an actual member that we can take with us, or not Grunt. So, if I wanted it, or we were going to do more, I could probably just go ahead and swap him out and put in Zaid, because, well, I love Zaid, but, Grunt. And yes, you can go ahead and have him, and I had both Rex and Grunt in a couple of missions, or a couple of fights in the arena. I don't recall if I could actually still go back, if I want to, if I want to just do the arena stuff, or if that's now just absolutely wrapped up. No, if we wanted, we could still go back to the Silver Sun Strip, so that is a thing. So...
You're cleared to dock, Normandy.
I'll handle it.
Yes, Commander.
Just immediately turn around and go back. Get Shepard in position here, and then I'll do my final talk and wrap up here. So... that is going to do it. Though there may be a possibility that we may come back to this. Not necessarily in the separate run I'm planning on doing at some point down the line in the future with the Renegade run. But in terms of... for the most part, this is done. But like I've been referring to the epilogue mod. I would love to try that out when it comes out. I have the older save, so that way we can actually go through this again. There's obviously a number of other technical things that I'm sure are going to need to be worked on. Some bugs that need to be fixed. The modding community is working really hard at trying to get these done and get these as good as they can be. Work on compatibility issues. There's plenty that they are working on. They even have a Discord where you can actually join in and see what's going on, what they're discussing, what they're planning on doing and such. So they're active, and it's something that I really like and appreciate, and it's got me excited to keep playing this series again. I've already played this many times, but now getting to play this series with mods has me even more excited to keep playing it than I did before. You know, it just feels like it's going to continue to add and enhance the experience, you know, compared to before. And I'm sorry that I didn't get to also try out some mods in the first or even the second game until later on. That was, you know, I was hesitant about it, how it was going to go, but turned out working pretty well. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this run. It's been a blast for me getting to go through this series again. You know, at first it was mainly, oh, look at how, you know, much more, well, maybe not necessarily how much more, mainly in the first game. The Legendary Edition, it felt like they clearly put the most work into the first game, trying to make it more modern, run better, and all that. It felt like they didn't really do that much with the second and third game, probably because they felt like they didn't think they needed to. But that's why it's a good thing that the modding community stepped up. You know, for some part, they are trying to basically just bring over what was made for the original version to the Legendary Edition, as opposed to making new ones. But there are some other ones that are definitely being worked on as well and being created, which is pretty great. So, you know, I hope that this run was either just as enjoyable or even more enjoyable than when I first did this series on my channel, where you got to see me play my male engineer who romanced Liara. This time you got to see me play my female vanguard who romanced Garrus. The Paragon run the Renegade run I started some time ago, that is still up, but it got canceled. And like I said, I'm going to reattempt to do it again. I might do things a little bit differently. Obviously, it's going to be involving mods. Like, I've, you know, been still looking at adding and updating mods. So the next time we go through this with Renegade, there's definitely going to be mods involved in all 3 games. I don't see myself going back to vanilla Mass Effect probably ever. Like, there are mods here that I feel like just really help make the experience just so much better that I don't know if I could ever go back to not playing these games with mods again, you know? Mods have just become such a wonderful addition to these and enhancement. It truly is, in my opinion, it's definitely true what Total Biscuit once said, which is that modding is not the enemy, it's your friend. And I think he was absolutely right. That's something I'm always going to remember him for. There's plenty I'm going to remember him for, but that's one of those things that's always going to stick with me, that I'm always going to remember him saying. And this is clearly an example as to why. So, that is going to do it, everyone, for this FemShep Paragon run of the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, going through all 3 games. Some have gotten to experience the series for the first time with this edition, which has been very enjoyable for me, as someone who has gone through these games multiple times, seeing them experience it for the first time, but also for myself getting to go through this again after having not played it for years. I can't remember the last time I actually played these games, but getting to play these again, it just reminded me why I love this series, and why I know there's so many different conflicting opinions about this, and I've heard both sides. I know some people that have been going through this for the first time, they are absolutely loving it. And there are some that that from long ago, years ago, that to this day they still feel those ways about these games. Some have said they've never been able to come back to this just because of how disappointed they were, how much it bothered them, and one reason or another. I've heard various different things of problems, and it's not like, I wouldn't say a lot of them are wrong, you know, to each their own, I say. But it's not necessarily, I feel like I can agree with a lot of the times, because one thing that can cause a person to feel very negative emotions towards it and just, you know, not like it, is not going to apply to everybody else. So there may be an aspect that absolutely annoys you to the point where you just can't stand it nor deal with it. It's not going to have that same kind of effect on other people like myself. So what may bother some people probably doesn't bother me as much. That's just kind of how it is. So while some people may not be able to actually ever come back to this series, I have no problem or hesitation coming back to it at all. I love this series. I enjoy it a lot, and I'm looking forward to playing through it as much as I can in the future, with other things, but, let's just say, like, oh, I'm not gonna dread coming back to this. I'm looking forward to it, probably more so than almost anything I have. There are other things, obviously, I want to do and work on, and I'm gonna have to be patient, because some things I'm just gonna have to wait on the community to work on before I can actually, really come back to this, even though I do want to get some characters worked on and going. Starting the first game in terms of other characters, unlock achievements to be able to have things unlocked and all that, but yeah. Now, as far as, I'm sure some of you are wondering, well, what are you going to do about Mass Effect Andromeda? Andromeda is going to be an issue for a few reasons. One, the game, unfortunately, is still to this day not optimized all that well. They abandoned it at a certain point. They were going to have DLC planned content, and they just abandoned it because of the bad reviews and sales, and it just never got optimized and such. Now, I'm sure some people are trying to work on making mods to try and improve that and such, but the problem is Andromeda is not easy to do mods for. It's possible, but let's just say I don't see it happening as well or as often compared to, say, these games. Part of that is the change in engine. As some of you probably know, they went to the Frostbite engine with Inquisition and for Dragon Age, and then Andromeda. And from what I've heard, the Frostbite engine is a little harder to mod compared to the other games, but that's a separate thing. It's something I will, of course, talk about when we, in my Dragon Age run. For those of you who are following that, it's easy for me to mod Origins and Dragon Age 2 compared to Inquisition, which is possible. I have several mods already in place for that, but let's just say it's not as easy to do so for that game compared to the other two. Same thing with these. These are actually relatively easy to mod, now with the mod manager and everything in place, compared to Andromeda, which seems less likely, but hopefully that's going to change over time as the years go by. Hopefully people are going to be able to really work on the capability of modding Andromeda to try and make it a much better experience, even though I'm not necessarily somebody who dislikes that game. The other reason for that is because as I was trying to test it on my machine, I was having some issues just trying to get it to run without having to turn down the stuff. Now that also is partly on my end, because I think what I just need to do is get a better graphics card at some point. I'm just going to have to start saving up to try and get a better graphics card and try and learn how to swap that out and install that without ruining anything, so that way it can actually run with as many stuttering and frame rate issues and choppiness as you guys have probably been noticing with some of these games. For the most part, it's okay, but there are times, I'm sure you noticed, where all of a sudden it got choppy and stuttering happened. I don't have a quote-unquote bad graphics card, but it's the only other thing I can think of as to why it's happening, because for the most part, I think my specs are fine and shouldn't be causing that, except that's got to be one of the main possible reasons and issues why that's happening, So I may have to just wait until I get, a better card before I can do Andromeda, because otherwise, let's just say the stuttering and such becomes much more blatant and obvious when I try to run Andromeda on my PC. So needless to say, and don't expect Andromeda to show up on the channel again anytime soon. That run that I was doing on PS4 got canceled, and I was going to do it later, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. So you can probably expect the Renegade run of this trilogy to happen sooner than Andromeda, just saying. But I really do hope you guys enjoyed this run. I did immensely, and I hope that you stuck around for the ride and enjoyed it with me. So until then, I will see you guys next time.